Oh my goodness, this nigga's still talking.
Yo, 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 yo. It's Nah, man. We here and we back to just talking with your friend Nah. How are you guys, man? How are y'all? Okay. Man, I've been chilling. You feel me? Man, at least that's what I'd like to say. I have been little wee bit stressed. Just a wee bit, laddie. Just a wee bit. The fucking wee ball, man. So, just a little bit of announcements before we fully start with this. No order, all chaos episode. Except it's gonna have a little bit of order, but we'll get to that later, man. All right, I'm here to say that I'm gonna start streaming a bit more. I'm planning to start streaming Saturdays, maybe every other Saturday. I'll mix it up here and there, but I'm planning to stream on Twitch and or YouTube on Saturdays. So I guess just be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna start posting more YouTube videos. They're gonna be a mix of just like clips from the podcast, stuff that didn't make the podcast, like with some gameplay, maybe some basketball talk. Honestly, man, I've been getting a little bit more like interested in football. I'm still gonna be a Cowboys fan since I was the team I chose when I was like first or second grade. Man, I gotta stick to the roots at this point. The NBA team I'm gonna stick to is the Celtics, but I'll love it if the Nets win a championship because fuck with the Kyrie, Kyrie, and yeah. So I'm gonna start doing those. So be on the lookout for that. But let me take that notification sound off. I'm here to focus with you guys. All right, I'm here for you. I'm not looking at what this guy sent me on Snapchat art right now. Like for reals, I'm not, and I'm not responding to him right now. Like, how could I? Like, how unprofessional could I really be to sit here speaking to you folks and respond to somebody else on Snapchat? Disgusting. All right. Now that we're done with that, let's get into the podcast, man. Let's get in there. And the first thing I kind of want to talk about, man, is the whole Johnny Depp situation. And I feel as though everybody knows, so I'm not gonna get too in depth. Basically, this nigga had a wife, and this nigga's wife accused him of. Oh, she actually spoke out, but up here, fuck it. She accused him of beating her and such. And then later on, we find out that like through an actual phone call. So it's her voice saying this. He literally says, you hit me, and she was all like, yeah, he was all like, you punched me. Then she was like, I didn't punch you, I hit you. And it was even more shit. Like apparently, her and her friend like took a shit on his bed or some weird. Like I don't even know like what would possess you to do that, but apparently that happened. Um, just some like god awful shit, throwing pots and pans. You feel me? And all type of freaking nonsense. And some random UK article, like some random UK news outlet, decided that these niggas that they're like, oh, this is a great thing to latch onto. So what they did is that it was like when it was just being accused, there was no proof, nothing. they when he was accused, they went ahead and called him a wife beater, just off rip. And I think that's terrible. Number one, like, but let me finish. Let me finish. All right. So now it's 2021, and this nigga John Christopher Depp the second. All right, Christopher Depp the second, man, not the first, the second. All right, he he ends up going to court trying to get them to like get rid of the freaking like mostly just get rid of the freaking like news article that was BSing, man, calling him a wife beater, and they said no. The court said no because the and and fuck these judges, to be honest, bro. I don't know how shit works in UK, but like, golly, man, I get it. Like, if you're a wife beater, go fuck yourself, bro. You deserve to be like death. Like, I don't even like. I don't know, man. I I don't like if you come home, bro, and your wife is just like, "What do you want to eat?" And then you just be like, "Shut the fuck up! I had a long day at work." You should start smacking around. You deserve death. Like, you don't deserve to like have a good life, man. You don't deserve to have a life. like like, but the detrimental effects that this can have on a person if they're wrongly accused, like this rape, all of that is what like my issue is with like the whole. All right, we gotta go head first and be like, whatever she said is correct, no matter what. We're not gonna sit here analyze the facts because look, I'm not one of those niggas that go on victim blame. I'm one of those niggas that's like, all right, let's wait a little bit, see a little bit of evidence, man. See where everything is heading. All right, before we start like throwing stones, bro. Like, feel like there was a flip or overcorrection, as some niggas would say, like where it's like, all right, instead like people are like, okay, we can't keep throwing stones at the victim because they didn't ask for this. Like, at the end of the day, they didn't ask for this. But so who should we throw stones at? And I'm like, nah, nigga, just leave the stones down for a second. How about we like it's basically said like back in the day when they were doing the witch trials, bro. There was no proof. Niggas would just say that bitch is a witch, and then you would get burned. She said he's a white that he beat me. He lost his role. He lost many roles, and this bitch is going to be on Aquaman too, apparently. What? Hell, man, that's crazy. I didn't know she said something. Oh wait. In a dog, and this is the worst part about it, bro. So like the judges, bro, the fucking James Digmans and Nicholas Underhill said the 3 week trial last July under Judge Andrew Nichol found that it was found it to be substantially true. Whatever that means, like substantially true. Depp had been violent toward her on at least 12 occasions. They said the trial was full and fair. And my issue is that like I feel as though these niggas just don't want to be wrong about this. Like, I don't know if maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. Like, but these cunts did it, so I think I'm allowed to. But like, I feel as though if you're a judge and you sit here and you're like, all right, not only was my other judge friend wrong, but he was also wrong about a case of a wife beater. And I feel as though they never actually be going back and be saying and like looking at these allegations that be actually fucking up people's entire lives and livelihood. It literally is like a huge stop, and you never know when your life is gonna be back on play again. Like, you see on Twitter all this justice for Johnny Depp and all that, but I'll be honest. I wasn't looking at that time, but I promise you, bruh, because I joined Twitter like 2018, and I think that's when the allegations were coming. But around that time, I don't think niggas were any niggas at all, because I've watched like no one at all was going to protect to say to be in Johnny Depp's like protection except like his friends. And then the worst part about that, man, is the fact that like automatically, if you go and protect your friend for that, you are seen immediately as someone who doesn't know right from wrong and like, oh, just because they're your friend, you're sticking up for them. And yeah, it's like, yeah, I know this nigga. Like me personally, bro. I can imagine anybody doing anything, bro. It like like I feel as though the Joker said it best, bruh. It only takes one very terrible, no good, very bad day to literally set somebody off and make them go haywire, bruh. Like, man, if you ask if freaking a few weeks from now, bruh, like you told me that my mom was like murdered somebody, I wouldn't be completely surprised. Like I was there when I was the one I was the one getting beat. I was the one that she took her anger out of back in the day. Now I'm kind of grown. She can't do that anymore. I can see her, man. She's in line for too long at BJ's. She gets a little angry. Person in front of her gets catch a little bit of attitude. They catch a few hands, and my mom just goes a little too far. Like for me, no, like no, nothing would surprise me, bro. Like I would 100% believe like that someone was capable of that, of like doing like some fucked up shit at any point in time. Personally, however, I'm also not one of those people that's like immediately like, oh yeah, yeah, lock her up. She definitely murdered her. Because then when you finally look, if you end up looking at the cameras and that's not the case, it was self defense. Then this bitch ended up slipping on a fucking bar of soap or some shit that fell out of her hand when she was looking through her shopping cart in line, and she fucking cracked her skull on the floor. It was my mom that killed her. It was that bitch's dumb luck. Like, you feel me? and and look, there it seems like I'm putting it all on luck, but I'm not. Like, I just don't. I don't understand what the huge overcorrection of it was. Or it's like, I get it. It was too much before, and like we didn't fucking look at it objectively. Now it's getting thrown onto the other fucking side of things, and it's like we're still not looking at it objectively. I feel as though the like it's literally a fallacy, the black and white fallacy or whatever. That's like the stupid niggas term of saying it. Maybe there's a better word, but I think it's called the black and white fallacy or some shit. Where it's like not everything is literally just that black and white. It's either he beat her or he didn't. No, it like a false dilemma fallacy. I think is what it's actually called. Either or fallacy. A that let me put my scholar's voice on. Sometimes called the that's not a okay. Sometimes called the man. I don't like these voices, man. Sometimes called the either or fallacy, a false dilemma is a logical fallacy that presents only two options or sides. Essentially, a false dilemma represents a black and a white kind of thinking, where there's actually many shades of gray. And it's like, I don't know. If a person says that something happened, there should be a little bit of an examination. You feel me? It's like we shouldn't 110% just attack someone for that. Like, for example, freaking back in, I want to say May. I think it was like May was like one of those months that they have for stuff, and I think it was like sexual harassment awareness month. I don't know. May sexual harassment. Either way, so it was like May of last year, man. And they literally had like a whole bunch of Twitter accounts started popping up, and it was all like DM DMV, like it was basically a whole bunch of Twitter accounts where they collected like DMs or stuff like anonymous, or if the person didn't give a fuck, non-anonymous stuff where they were talking about all these random niggas who were like like doing just that, sexually harassing girls. I think there was like some woman beaters in there, all of that stuff, rapists, all of that, guys that get too handsy at parties. Like they had all of that, man. And I didn't have any issue. Okay, wait. I won't say I didn't have any issues with it, but at the time, I had one. There was one thing, and it wasn't even an issue. It was just like something that I looked at. So, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But literally, for like the one of the days where it was like up, me and my friends were literally just going through, looking at all of them, bro, saying, "Oh shit, we knew this guy." That nigga really did that shit, man. That's crazy. Like we were just saying, like we had no issues with the allegations because at the end of the day, we didn't know whether it was true or false, so we can't speak on it. If we know somebody that was in it, there's nothing that we could do. We can make jokes, be like, you should have gotten in it too, nigga. We heard about you. Like we can make those types of jokes with friends, and obviously just jokes. But like at the end of the day, bro, it was not like we drew any like conclusions at most. And this is what I was talking about earlier. The only thing that we drew was like there was like some group of niggas, bro. I don't know if they're like wannabe rappers, producers, or some shit. There was just some group of niggas. I don't even remember their name. It's been a year, almost, damn near. Like fucking, there was just a group, and they were just like on some like sexual harassment, rapey type vibes, bro. Like, and we were like, and they would literally be throwing consistent parties, and a whole bunch of them niggas were like snitched on for that shit. Like they're like not for parties, but like sexually harassing these women at these parties. You feel me? Like then I was all like, okay, it gets to the point where at least in my opinion, obviously they got some like random girls every now and then that didn't know, but like I feel as though girls talk, like or like not even just girls, people talk, man. Like and I started just like so. At what extent do girls like say, "Fuck it, man. I'm going to we're gonna go to the party that these people are hosting, knowing what they are." Like I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't even want to go to a party with nobody that I even knew, bruh. So I would already think that it's kind of like strange, and I wouldn't want to take a part of it personally. Like I don't think I ever went to a party solo, bro. Like if I was going to, I would just cancel. Like fuck, I look like, man. So just the very fact that like some of these chicks were all like, fuck it, free drinks. They might get a little handsy, but you know, I don't know, man. That's the only part that I was all like, all right, it's not okay, obviously, that these guys are getting handsy, bro. But like like I'm saying, and keep in mind, I'm saying this just for the people that knew. Like obviously, if you didn't know before you went, like Jesus, bro, I'm sorry. Hope it wasn't that bad. Like that's the only thing I can say, bro. But if you, all y'all niggas that knew, like or chicks that knew that like what you were getting into, what you were signing up for, but still decided to go because you want a little bit of fun. I don't know what you want me to say to you. Like, there's only so much pity that I'm willing to have. And Like it's just so much pity I'm willing to have over like people that get themselves in certain situations, and it's not even just them. Like it like for guys too, bro. Like I remember I was talking to one of my like friends like a few weeks ago, and we were literally just talking about like she was all like, okay, so why do guys sometimes decide that they're just gonna like okay, so basically a guy will go and tell a girl, I don't want anything, I just want sex, but then do all these like relationship esque things with said girl. Like, why would you do all those relationship X things if you're not trying to have a relationship? And my answer to that was okay. The guy clearly said his intentions beforehand. You went along with it because you agreed with his intentions, and you weren't like feeling that way. Now he's doing all this like extra stuff, and it's making you feel some type of way. It is your responsibility as a person who is in control of your own emotions to tell that guy that they're supposed to freaking like that you like them. Like I don't understand, bro, because there's nobody else knows your feelings better than you. All right, that guy, he's just going through the motions, bro. He told you what his plan was, and until his plan changes, that is what you have to assume the fucking plan is, bro. Until he tells you, all right, let's switch up the fucking blueprints. That's what it is. So if you start feeling the type of way, it's not the guy's responsibility to fucking read your mind sometimes. Because in his head, he had the agreement already. Like obviously, in my opinion, every now and then they should like say like repeat it like, I just want you to know, like, I fuck with you, you're a close friend. I'm doing this because I care about you. However, not in a way of like a boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm just not ready for that type of relationship. All that no, blah 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 nonsense, all right? You do all that. Like every like month, 2 months, month and a half. Like that type of shit. Like but I don't feel as though it's a guy's responsibility for how you're feeling all the time. So I feel as though like it's just a huge misstep, you know, in a lot of fucking ways. And like just guy girl relations in general, I feel like at this point, bro. Like I don't know when we'll ever get to like the actual like medium for stuff, you know? Where things will be like, all right, we're all saying guilty until or where it's like it's not freaking guilty until proven innocent. It's just innocent until proven guilty, which I feel as though it should be. Like, I really want to know what the substantial evidence for this Johnny Depp case was. All right, you know, and because like this little getting back to that, my fault. I know I went on a little bit of tangent, bro, but getting back to that, bro. It like just reading the article further. In the court hearing last week, Johnny Depp's lawyers urged that Depp didn't have a fair trial and said Heard was an unreliable witness, which I would kind of say so as well. Like, not to say that like, oh, you can't trust the people who got beat, but like saying like if she didn't have an agenda on it. Like this is my thing. How long were they married, bro? How long was Johnny Depp and because I think it was like less than 2 years, bro. Amber Heard. All right, y'all just gonna sit here while I look this up. How long were these niggas together? Long were they married? 15 months, bro. 15 months. That's not even a year and a half, bro. I know niggas that be in fucking like that's dating for longer than that, bro. So it's like they were barely in a relationship. And beforehand, you had never heard of Johnny Depp being an abuser, at least to my knowledge. Shit, this nigga already has a track record. well, wrap it up, bro. Your case is over. But he doesn't. Feel as though a whole bunch of these news articles would have been said if he did. But at least not one that's known. Like, but he said Heard was an unreliable witness. To make their case, they pointed how she hadn't donated her $7 million divorce settlement to charity as she would do, calling it a calculated and manipulative lie. And number one, the fact that she fucking brought that up in court, or she said that as part of her fucking case, is so fucking wild because it has nothing to fucking do with it. I don't think she should have gotten that much of a divorce fucking settlement. They were together for less than freaking 2 years. What could she really have? What could he really have provided? Like like because this is my thing. All right, these divorce settlements and all that. I get it if you're with them for a long period of time, right? Or like if you did something bad. Like obviously she got the divorce settlement because she was quote unquote beaten. All right, but like what the fuck? Freaking during the trial, Heard testified about 14 alleged instances of abuse between 2013 and 2016. They got married like didn't they break off their marriage in like 2018? So they got married like 2000 like at earliest like 2016. So even when they were dating, even when they were just dating, she was saying she was getting abused. And I guess she loved him so much that she dealt with it. I don't know. I don't really understand like the entire like stay with the abuser thing. Like okay, to an extent, I do because that's all you have. I guess like that's all you know. Like a lot of people in relationships, they end up just diving headfirst and like abandon all their other like people, relationship, like all that other stuff. And like it's understandable. And that goes in with the divorce settlements too. Like abandon his job, like she just being the home person and all that shit. Right? So all that's understandable. However, the fact that she was able to bring up that 7 million in court, saying that she was gonna give it to charity. And this is and the worst part about it, the appeals, and because the appeals judges are like, the original verdict wasn't based on her donating or not donating the money. It is clear from reading of the judgment as a whole that Nickel, that fucking judge, based his conclusions on each of the evidence or incidents on his extremely detailed review of evidence. Um, that's not fully true. No, no, no. There was a whole. I read another article earlier, and I forgot where it's on, where they literally said, "Oh, he didn't bring up the fact that the divorce settlement was gonna need to be fucking what? My fault. I was reading more while talking, but there was like he didn't say like before these niggas were saying that he didn't bring it up. He didn't bring up the questionability of what she was gonna use the divorce settlement on and what she needed it for and all that blah 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 beforehand. So why does he need it now? I, like I thought this shit was fucking like stupid, bro. Like the fact that these niggas are able to switch up whatever the fuck they want to say. Heard has said she's been delayed in her goal of donating the money because Depp filed a lawsuit against her in Virginia for defamation over her Washington Post op-ed about domestic violence, seeking $50 million. So instead, she's been forced to spend millions of dollars defending his false accusations against her. During the trial, Heard testified, blah, 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 14 allegations, a 3-day hostage situation in Australia. Depp called her claims a choreographed hoax in his defense. Nicole found that Depp had been violent towards her on at least 12 occasions, leading to Depp losing the case. Depp exited his role in the film Fantastic Beasts since losing the wife beater ruling last year. However, he was still paid $10 million. That's good at least. Depp's U.S. lawsuit against Heard was recently postponed to April 2022. So hopefully, that shit will be fucking actually looked at with a objective lens. Cause like this is my thing. How the fuck do you have a whole phone call come out where she's literally saying, "Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I hit you, but nobody's gonna believe you because you're a fucking man." Like she literally said, nobody was gonna believe him because he was a man. If that doesn't at all point, like go and point for you to understand, for you to fucking see the fact that like there are people being able to use these fucking narratives to their advantage. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say, man. Like Jesus, bro. This fucking thing said Amber Heard breaks silence. She didn't fucking do it. She let her freaking representative say shit. She didn't break any fucking silence, bro. She didn't say nothing. Now look, it might sound like I'm heated, but I'm actually not. All right, because between me and you, I never could never let that happen to me though. Nah, but like this is the type of reasons where it's like I would end up having cameras at my house. Like, damn, bro, this is terrible. Like that's all that can really be said. This is terrible. Cause at the end of the day, there's no way for him to really like be able to defend himself. He just has to take it. He has to take the loss. I feel like that's unfortunate, but until that freaking U.S. hearing, bro, we gonna see. We gonna see if the United States of America thinks any different about wife beaters or alleged ones. Alleged. I don't know, man. Oh shit. 3 days. I didn't even know this, but 3 days after freaking Johnny Depp's mother passed away, she filed for divorce. Dang. You see, that's probably the other thing too, bro. If his mom was sick, nah, but she was citing instances all the way from 2013. Hmm. Let me make sure that they got together in 2008. Whom she married? Oh, she married in 2015. But like, still, she cited stuff from 2000. She cited stuff from 2013. So I don't know, man. Can I perhaps see the 12? Do you think it'll pop up on Google the 12 instances where Johnny Depp abused Amber Heard? You heard me. I just want to know, like, what did he do, bruh? Like, first allegation of assault occurred early in 2013. Heard had mocked Depp for an old tattoo that he had altered from Wyona Forever to Wino Forever, and he knocked her to the ground and what the fuck? He knocked her to the ground and blamed it on the monster in him that comes out when he drinks and uses drugs. That nominal split personality was a big deal for Nicole, as he used that to explain much of Depp's behavior, noting that Depp would refer to that part of his personality when affected by drink or drugs. He would do things which he would otherwise not do. Two other instances in 2013 involved Depp getting drunk or high on mushrooms and attacking Heard. As noted, Nicole believed in the monster, so instances where Depp was drunk and or high gained easy certification. See, that's the thing, bro. Like I feel as though you can make that shit up against anybody in Hollywood, bro. Them niggas are always drunk or high. Like, not the fact that like that it's okay for them to be beating up their wives when they're drunk and high. I'm saying that he just instantly believed in the monster. Like that's literally what they say. They say Judge Nicole believed in quote the monster end quote. So I don't know, man. Freaking 2014, Depp argued that a 2014 incident where Heard claims he kicked her in the back was actually just a. Okay, Jesus. this one is bad. This one sounds bad at least. Depp argued that a 2014 incident where Heard claimed he had kicked her in the back was actually just a playful tap. Nicole determined otherwise. Similarly, when Depp was detoxing later that year from painkillers, Nicole resolved that Depp pushed Heard on. Okay, pushed. All right, what off a cliff? Like I don't know. This is getting like it ended like it went like I agree for this the first 2014 incident. Now they're like, all right, he pushed her on numerous occasions. Pushed her to do what? Yoga? Lose weight? What did he push her to do, man? Off of like, I'm interested in a little bit more description for that one. 2015. Her claimed that Depp attacked her while they were in town for a movie premiere. Depp's children were with him. He argued that their presence would have kept them from being violent. Jesus. Dog. Ah. Uh, uh, Jesus, bruh. You don't say that, bruh. Like, I don't know if I said it out loud, but I'll say it again. They're in town for a movie premiere. Depp's children were with him, and he argued that their presence would have kept them from being violent. So the first thing I would say is, depending on the age of his children, they would remember. They would remember their mom and or stepmom. I don't know if they're like if those kids are with her, their mom and or stepmom like got hit. They would remember that. Like honestly, bruh. But you don't say, oh no, I wouldn't have hit her because they were there. Because then that weakens your overall argument. Because then you're like, so you really have been hitting her when the lights are off, huh? When nobody can see you and there's complete darkness. All you hear is a scream. In March of 2015 came the famous Australia battle, where Depp claimed Heard sliced off the tip of his finger with a thrown bottle. What? Nicole did not believe Depp's version of events and determined Depp abused Heard repeatedly on that trip. I'm pretty sure that was a trip that people were saying that she shot on his bed. Nicole also sided with Heard on the allegation that Depp tried to throw Heard's sister down a flight of stairs. Heard admitted to hitting Depp, but Nicole believed she did so only to defend her sister. Nicole also found that Depp had choked Heard in August and then abused her the night before she appeared on late show with James Corden in December. And then the last one, 2016, at Heard's 30th birthday in April 2016, Nicole found that Depp abused her again. Nicole disregarded. No, it's this one. Nicole disregarded Depp's claim that Heard defecated in their bed as unlikely. The following month, the marriage was dissolved following one last attack by Depp, Nicole noted. There is evidence, which I find compelling, of witnesses who saw Miss Heard with injuries to the face who took photographs of these. Oh my gosh, bruh. You see, it's for those freaking for these freaking things like both the abusing and then the fact that this judge said, "Oh, the claim of her defecating in their bed is unlikely." Both of those claims, where niggas be can write it off as saying, can what would it can be for the defecating in bed. How they're like, I can't believe anybody would do that, and it's people would be like, oh no, he had to have made that shit up, and I'm like, eh. Some of these chicks are crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if she did it. I don't think she admitted to defecating on his bed on the phone call. I don't know. It's been damn near a year since I even heard the call. But jeez, bruh. The fact that she was just oh nope, I don't believe it. I don't know. Just reading through these cases, it really just felt sounds like this nigga was just nah, he did it. I mean, just look at him. He looks like one of those old rock stars. I feel back in the day, the '90s niggas wearing leather pants, doing the makeup, bro. The fucking Kiss niggas. Got his tongue all out. Oh, he's playing the guitar. Like he looks like the type of nigga that wears the eyeliner. He looks like he would. Like he looks like he would possibly be one of those people that hit their wives. Like if you're going off like straight appearance, I like if you put him in a line with some other people, bro. Like as like besides like if the only other person that I would go with it was being the is a fucking fat drunk wearing a wife beater, bro. A stained wife beater. Like that's the only thing I feel as though that you could like would look worse. Would immediately like denote you as that. I just I don't know, man. Now niggas on Twitter are calling justice for Johnny Depp, and I'm like, y'all niggas can't like we can't just be like going back and forth with this shit, bro. All right, we can't just be going back and forth because it gets to the point where these niggas already lost a portion of their lives that they're never gonna get back. So my thing is like, I'm not saying defend it. I'm not saying go against allegations. I'm saying this, bruh. It's the internet, niggas. Like even in general, bruh. Niggas lie about shit all the fucking time, bruh. All right, let can we take this with a little bit of grain of salt, a bit more. I don't know, man. But let's end this. Let's end this one off a little bit more lighthearted, huh? Man, all that good stuff that I was saying about my little sister in that last episode, man, or that last all order no order all chaos episode, man. Fuck it. She broke her phone, bro. She broke it in not one way, bro, in two fitting ways, bro. Man, she broke the iPhone 6 Plus that I had bought her just last year, honestly. I had just gotten her that phone a year ago. She cracked the screen, and then freaking a few days after the screen was cracked, it was the phone turned off while it was updating. So it got stuck in the freaking restart loop. And I know how to fix the restart loop, or at least I thought I did. So the first thing I did was obviously I first fixed the screen. Then I tried to do a system restore. Wouldn't work. Went all the way to a freaking fix it place, bro. You break, I fix it, man. You break it, I fix it. Went all the way to them niggas, bro. They said, oh, nothing we can do. They literally tried the same shit as me. That's why I don't like paying for them niggas, bro. I go in there, get the free diagnostics, and then I fix the shit myself. Because them niggas don't do shit that you can't do yourself. And the shit that you can't do yourself, the people in that store aren't doing it. They have to send that shit off all the way to a whole nother state where real men who actually know what they're fucking doing with the device will go and fix it. All right. So, get the real man in the room. So after that, I was like, fuck it. Broke the bank a little bit. Got her an iPhone XS, not just an X, XS, man. Just a wee bit better than the X. You feel me? Not really a wee. I think the XR is the wee bit better, but the XS is like a solid half step, man. You feel me? That little in between before the 11, but after the X. You feel me? And I'm out here rocking the 8. Oh my gosh. She's so spoiled. Like, I don't know. I'm just out here freaking breaking the bank for this man. And what things do I get? None. It's a thankless freaking job, bro. Being like more or less like a father, bro. It's a thankless job, bro. Being that brother that's a father figure. All right, can't just be the fun sibling, huh? Can't just be the guy that's taking her all these places, right? Because the fun siblings aren't the ones that's getting her the new phones, bro. every phone that my little sisters had, I have gotten her. The first phone, her Android, it was a hand me down for me. But I paid for it. I paid for it when I got it. It was 50 beans, man. 50 beans. I liked it. And then she got the 6S Plus. I paid for that too. And it wasn't that expensive. It wasn't that expensive. And now the XS. She got a better phone than me. I'm sticking with my 8. I don't think I'm going to upgrade anytime soon, though. Like, unless this 8 really feel like it's dying on me, I don't see the need of a new phone, bro. If anything, I'll get like the one or two right before it, like the iPhone. Like, cause me and my friend were ended up talking about it, bro. And we were arguing about it. I was all like, bro, the next phone I kind of want to get is an Android, bro. If I'm getting a new one, because at the end of the day, them joints just make just more sense, at least for me. The only thing that is a quote unquote positive on a freaking iPhone is not even like the camera like that. Don't get your knickers in a twist. All right. The camera, like these niggas be overhyping the iPhone camera. All right, it's not all that. It's really not. The only reason y'all niggas be overhyping is because apps like Snapchat and Instagram, like they literally like when you conform to only one operating system, it's so much easier. Or like one type of phone, like one type of maker. It's so much easier to design apps like that just for that. But when you have such a large array, bro, you're just making like when you make Instagram on Android, you're making it so it works on all phones. Therefore, everything's gonna be lower quality, just off rip, just off rip. But actually, they work just as fine, if not better, for some of them. Some of these Androids better picture takers than freaking Apple. The only other thing Apple has on it, and I have been saying this from the very fucking beginning. These niggas are smart to separate themselves from the pack, making it so they weren't just any fucking regular phone. All right. By making it so every little thing Apple does is just Apple, bro. Those blue messages, you know it. Then when you get when you get someone else's number, bro, and your message is green, green is not a good looking color, bro. Green's an ugly color, bro. Android, they let you switch the colors. They do all that personalization, bro. Each person you can have these different colors for the message bubbles, all right. But for Apple, they say, nah. If you're talking to another Apple user, we'll use iMessage. Be a little bit quicker than just sending through SMS, supposedly. But we'll make sure you know that you're talking to an Apple user. And every time you're talking to an Android user, we're not gonna make their text bubbles green. No, no, no. We're gonna make your text bubbles green, so you don't even want to fucking talk to them anymore. That's fucking genius. Like, it's smart. You knock out any other competitors. You make sure you build that brand loyalty. Like, I commend them on that. Doesn't mean that their phones are worth the fucking $1,000 price tags. Like, the fact that these phones have been, like, some of these phones have been coming out like literally a year after each other, but they were still in the like they for some reason they're so much more than before. It doesn't fucking make sense to me. All right, doesn't make sense. Okay, and with that, that's all for the podcast, man. I don't know if that last part a little bit more lighthearted, but look it, man. Follow just underscore talking on Instagram, man. Freaking follow Dr. Na on Twitter. Yeah, nah, fucking I'm out, man. I'ma catch you on the next one, man.